What is going on, guys? My name is George and welcome to a new career mode. This is going to be with Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga. I've been very eager to play in the Bundesliga this year just because it looks amazing, and I hope hopefully you guys enjoyed this career mode. So obviously I'm still going to be playing with FC Porto in the other career mode, but now we're going to be doing two of them. And I just really want to do the Bundesliga because it looks really good with all the graphics. EA has had the licensing again for the Bundesliga, and it just looks really, really good. And plus, it's a great league anyways. So what I want to do this year is, in this career mode, is I want to win the Bundesliga, obviously, and I want to knock off Bayern Munich from that reign of always winning. So hopefully we are able to do that, and I think it's going to be pretty fun, just in terms of like I said, of the graphics of how the Bundesliga, they have all the licensings here in FIFA, and the league itself is just going to be really, really good. So we're going to be playing, like I said, with Wolfsburg. So I had some time to think about this one. Obviously I wasn't going to choose a team like Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, or basically those two teams were out of the question because those are the teams that always win the most, especially Bayern Munich. But so that's why I did not want to choose any of those two teams. And there were other teams that I was thinking as well, like Stuttgart, maybe even Schalke 04, but Wolfsburg caught my attention the most, and I think they have a great team that can achieve some pretty good things this season. So we're gonna play in the Europa League here. I don't think they are in the Europa League this season, but I want to, be playing as much of things that I can in this first season. So it might not be as super realistic, but I just want to be involved in as much tournaments as I can, and that's gonna make it even harder for us this season, considering we don't have we're not like teams like Bayern Munich, United, Barcelona, or Real Madrid, which they have a lot of depth in their squad. So we're gonna get started here, and obviously we're just gonna go through our usual things, the objectives that we have for this season. So it looks like they don't, for the youth development. It's pretty simple. They want us to finish mid-table. That is actually pretty doable, and that's not even gonna be our objective for us this season. We are going to try to win the Bundesliga. That is the thing that we're going to try to do. But if we cannot do that, it is going to be at least to get into a Champions League spot. So that is, or at least a Europa League spot. That is going to be what we want to do this season. So yes, we're going to look at the team here. We have actually a very good team with Origi in the striking position. He's going to be our main striker. Behind him is Dedavi. Hopefully I'm saying these names right. He's going to be our center attacking mid. This is a 4-2-3-1 formation, I believe. And in the middle, we're going to have Arnold, Camacho as well, left mid. Well, this is actually not going to be the starting lineup. So as you see right here, I'm changing it up a little bit, but I'm still going to go through the players. We got Mali as well. I was comparing him to Tep. I don't know if that's how you say it, or Antep. I think he's from France, and comparing him to Mali, just because they're both 79 rating, and they could both be in the left mid position, even though Mali is more of a center attacking mid. In the right mid, we have Blaszczykowski. If you guys remember, this guy played with Borussia Dortmund for a long time. I think he then went to the Turkish league, and then I guess he came back again to Germany. But he was a great player. Right now, he's already pretty old. I think he's already more than 32 years old. So I don't think he's going to be our starter in this team. In the bench, we also have the player. Where is he at? Where did I put him? He's back. Okay, Gilavoki. I think that's how you say his name. I know I'm going to butcher these names, but he's also a very good center defensive mid, or center mid. He can play both positions. So in the goalkeeper, we had a Zieler, and I think he's going to be pretty good for us. But as you saw, the left backs and right backs, don't know if they're going to work for us, so we have to go out there and get some players. But first, we are going to look at our players here that we have. So center backs, we have Bruma. Bruma is going to be a great player, I think. He's 25 years old. He's about to hit 80. And also we have the American player Brooks. So Brooks is already on the 80s. He's only 24 years old. So I'm pretty sure by the time he gets to 27, 28, he's going to have at least 84 rating. So he's going to be a pretty decent center back in this team. So I'm looking at some of the players here that we can actually loan out or put on transfer. The thing is that we actually have pretty good depth in the squad. I didn't think we were going to have these many players to choose from, because we also have other players loaned out. They might not be the best players, obviously, that you can have, but these players, they can help us throughout the season. If in any case I need a player that I don't have, let's say I need like a right back and I only have two and one is injured, then I can always bring a right back into the team. That's just an example. We do have to go out and look for talent here, and I'm gonna try something here in the Netherlands. Hopefully we get some players into suggested by our scout, and that way we can improve our squad. So what I was looking for was a right midfielder. So like I said, I'm not gonna be using I don't think I will be using Blaszczykowski as my starter in the right mid position. So I have to go out and look for someone that's gonna be really good. So we actually do have a pretty good amount of money, 68 million, and in the transfer budget. So that is going to work for us very good. I think that's enough. That's plenty of money for what we need to go out and look, because one of the positions that I wanted to get was, of course, the right mid position, but also a left back and a right back. And so I think with 68 million, and if we sell a couple of players that are not going to be useful for our squad, then I think we can do it. As you saw right there for our strikers, we also have Gomez as our substitute. So Mario Gomez, honestly, he pretty much is one of the best strikers that Germany has had. He's always consistent when he comes in as a substitute or starting. He always manages to do something in the game. So, I mean, maybe, I don't know if we can call him a legend. Maybe yes, maybe no. But what is certain that he's going to be an important player for us this season, even though he's already, I think he's only 31 years old, which is not too bad. I thought he was older than that. So I think that, he's still going to be an important player this season, especially if Origi gets injured. Hopefully he doesn't, because then after Gomez, we're not going to have another great striker there. We have a couple of players here we have this player here, Timata at 72 rating, 71 rating, so 72 rating. So he's not going to be an amazing player if both strikers, Gomez and Origi, gets injured. So we're doing a couple of changes here, as you are seeing, and I'm just trying to get the best possible squad right now. I've also made an alternative squad because I wanted to use that for the friendly games that we're playing here. So the first one is against Alaves. We win the match 3-1. So this tournament, I think the most we can get was about 7 million, and it looks like Davi injured himself, and the reason that why he did that is because I accidentally did not put the alternative team. So he injured himself, and I didn't realize this, I think, until the third or second game. You'll see right now. I didn't realize it till the third game. I wasn't even paying attention to the game right here, to the lineup. We actually win. I think we draw this one or lose this one here. And so I finally realized that I was using my default, my starting team, and that's why Davi injured himself, because he was in the starting team. So I put my my alternative squad finally for the third game, and we managed to win this one. So that meant we were gonna go on to the next round, which is the semifinals against Lokomotiv. I think that's the Russian team. And so we got a pretty good amount of money. So as I said, like I said before, I'm looking at some of the right mid players that I can get, but right here I wasn't seeing anybody that caught my attention, so I decided to keep on looking. I mean, there were some good players here, but I don't think that there were any to my liking, so I needed to keep looking at other players. So we're going against Lokomotiv from Moscow in the semifinals. The reason why I wasn't playing these friendly matches was just basically because I just want to play the Bundesliga already. Honestly, I'm really excited to play it, and I don't want to waste any more time. So, because looking for players to get here and just building the squad and everything, it takes a long time. It takes a long time. So I honestly just wanted to get already into the to start the Bundesliga. It's gonna be really fun. So I just wanted to kind of speed up the process by doing that. But I still wanted to do the friendlies just because of the money. A little bit of more money, doesn't hurt. So that's why I did it. So for the right mid position, there was a Brazilian player there, as he saw, 20 years old from I think Ajax, and I think he was gonna be. He looked like he was gonna be pretty good. But then I remembered about Carlos Vela, the midfielder from Real Sociedad from Spain. Carlos Vela, Mexican player. I remembered him. Just came to my head, and I thought, let's go see how he is doing. 28 years of age is not bad. That's basically prime in the player's career. He had a release clause of about 35 million, but no, I wanted to go in for him because I knew I would get him for less money because he was already running out of his contract. He only had a year left. So we're gonna go into negotiations right away. His value was only 18 million. He's 81 rated, and I knew it was gonna be pretty good. So I decided to go for 18. I decided to go for less, but they countered with 18 million, which is his current value. So I said, why not? We're gonna go for that. Gotta take that. And so now we're gonna meet with the player himself. So there he is. So he wanted 42,000, or he wanted a crucial role. Gave it to him. He wanted 3 years in the contract. Gave it to him again. I don't know about he didn't say anything about the release clause, I think. So I disregarded it, but he did want one. So I want to go ahead and accept it at 30.6 million. It doesn't really matter that much. We're going to give it to him. Then this is where it got kind of not tricky. Actually, it's going to be later on in the episode where it got kind of tricky. One of these signings that I make, you'll see later. But this one, we're doing pretty good. He wanted a certain amount of money for the goals he was going to score, and then a bonus, but I decided to change that up a little bit. 70,000 per week, 600,000, and then the bonus you saw right there. So it's not exactly what they wanted, I guess, but they accepted it anyhow. So we got our right mid. We got Carlos Vela, and I think he's going to be a pretty good player. He actually has really good speed. He's got a good ball control, and that left foot of his is going to be really good in the Bundesliga. I think he's going to score a lot of goals with his left foot, kind of like Robin does, where he starts from the right field and then cuts in. I think that's going to be what we're going to use him for. I think he's going to be pretty good in that sense. So hopefully, he's able to do a lot of damage like that. So in the middle, like I had said before, we have Camacho. He looks to be a really good player, Spanish player, and then we have Gilavoki as well. So I think those two players are going to be the best for the starting position. But I do have Arnold as well in the team, so I'm not sure. It's gonna be. I think they're both gonna be switching off. So Arnold is going to be playing a couple of games. And one of the things that I was thinking about was the lack of German players in my starting 11. When I say lack of players, I mean almost no one. Or actually, we have Zieler, who is German, right? So he is basically our only German player in the team, which is, it kind of makes me feel guilty a little bit. We are playing in the Bundesliga. It's the German league, and I'm only using one player. But, it happens, just like in the Premier League. You have teams like Man United. You have teams like Chelsea, even Arsenal, who only have about 1 to 2 German players in the squad. And they're usually, in the defense position. So it's like I said, I feel kind of guilty about it. But I mean, I don't know. It's just how it happens. I have to put, the best players that I can get. And so, it's bound to happen. And I just, like I said, I don't know. So I feel kind of guilty about it. But anyways, we're gonna go on and look at some of our left backs here. So at first, I was looking at Marcelo, but I decided to actually look at Digne. Hopefully I said that right. I'm horrible at French. Digne. That's what I'm just going to say it. and hopefully it's the right way to say it. But Digne is left back, of course, from Barcelona. He's only been there about a year when he transferred from PSG, and I thought he would be a great player to add to our squad. His value I did not know, but I was pretty sure that it was going to be less than Marcelo. Marcelo's still a beast, even though he's already he hasn't even hit the 30-year-old mark yet. I think he's still 29. And also Darmian was going to be a player that I was looking at to get for the right back position, even though he can play both left back and right back. We get a couple of loan offers here. One is for our center back, Czar, so we are going to send him out on loan. We don't really need him in the squad because we actually have a lot of center backs. If you saw before when I was in the transfer in the squad hub, we have a lot of center backs. So we actually get a loan offer for Arnold, but I'm not gonna do that. He is going to be an important player for us this season. So no, this is the right wing player, Neres. 10 million was his value. He was at 75, but at this point I already had a Vela in the squad, so I didn't really need to get him, and I really didn't want to spend 10 million or more on a player that I really didn't need. Lucas Digne, as we saw right there, 16 million was his value, so that wasn't bad at all. So now it was just a matter of going into and seeing how much I could get him for, but I was really already almost determined to get him. We got a loan offer for Ntep as well, and I'm gonna reject that. Obviously, he's our starting left mid, so I'm not gonna even think about doing that. So for Digne, like I said before, we have already established what his value was, and I was kind of determined to get him. We have a couple of other players there, but to look at, I wasn't gonna do anything about that. Darmian, I was kind of skeptical about it getting him just because it seems that he's more of a left back now than a right back. So I didn't know if I wanted to get him, but now we are going to try to get Lucas Digne here, and we're gonna do a 12 million offer. And then what the hell? The Barcelona representative said that I'm wasting my time here. And I was like, what the hell? I only offered 2 million less than his value, which is crazy. And I was really scared that I wasn't able to get him till the next transfer window. But no, fortunately, we are able to try to get him again in the next week. So that is something that I did not know. I thought you had to wait till the next transfer window. But we were able to do another offer. And that is going to come in next. So I was super relieved that happened. So here we go. We're going to approach him again, and now this time I know not to offer less than what his value is. So I was going to go ahead and offer the 14 million. Hopefully he was going to go for that, but he went up to 23.7, and I thought that was way too much money. Went down to 19 million, trying to get him for less than 20 million. And I was hopeful that he was going to accept that, but then he said he was going to stick to his to that price tag. And then I said, well, you know what? All right, let's try to get him for 20 million. We'll go that even number. 21.8 is what he countered at, and I was not going to counter back. That was going to be it. So Lucas Digne was almost our player, and all we needed to do was to negotiate with him directly, and that was going to be so that we can get him into the squad. I think that was going to be an amazing transfer to get. He is 79 in rating, and I knew he was going to go up in 8 to 80 really, really quick. For right back, I was also looking at players because we have Jung in our squad, but he is already getting kind of old, and he's only 75 rating. So I needed to get someone that was going to be a bit better for that position. So I knew that Jung was just not going to cut it. So there's a couple of players that I could have gotten. Danilo was one of the players I was looking at, but he had just arrived from Real Madrid to Manchester City, which I thought that happened last year in FIFA 17, right? Maybe wrong. I think he's already been playing there for a year. I don't know, but apparently we couldn't get him here. But then I also remembered the Colombian player from PSV, Santiago Arias. He is a player that has, in my opinion, been underrated just because he is really good in his rating. And he's only 25 years old. He's been playing for PSV for a while, and I thought, why not put him into our short list and maybe get him. So we are meeting up with Lucas Digne. So as you see, his current wage was 120,000 a week. My mistake was that I only had 69,000 in the wage budget, and I was like, holy crap, what am I gonna do about it? Okay, so before that, he wants a crucial role. Of course, I'm gonna give it to him 3 years, a release clause of 30.6 million. Of course, I'm going to accept that. But at this point, I was realizing that what was I going to do with that wage? And so the only thing I could do was just offer him the most that I had in my budget, 69,000. That is all I could offer him. And I was super scared that I wasn't going to get this deal because I messed up and didn't increase my wage budget. So because of that, I decided to give him an outrageous bonus here of 5 million. I was going to even do 10. But the agent actually counterback with 76,000 a week, which was crazy. I was like, holy crap. So even though that it was still more than the wage budget I had, I accepted it and it went through. So basically what I think that happened was that some of my wage budget, since some of my transfer budget went down and some of my wage money went up, if that makes any sense, to compensate that. So we ended up getting him for 76,000 a week, which is crazy because I was gonna pay 120,000. So I don't know if that's a tactic that I can use later for other transfers, but that seems to be something that could work in the future, to offer them way less of for the wage budget, and they're not actually going to slap you in your face and say, what are you thinking? Like, I'm not gonna stoop down to that much wage. So we got Lucas Digne, which is awesome. Now I was going to go get Arias, Santiago Arias. His value was only 9 million and he was 77 rating. That is still 2 points higher than Sebastian Jung. So I knew that it was going to be a great signing. So they accept the offer that I gave them. I think it was around 10.5 million. So we're gonna go ahead and negotiate with the player. So he's gonna have an important role. Well, that is what he wanted. I wasn't gonna give him a crucial role, but he was good with important. 4 years, no release clause. His wage was only gonna be 26,000, and at this point, I had already put the wage budget at how it was supposed to be. I wasn't gonna make the mistake that I did before. He wanted a couple of 100,000 here for this bonus. I decided to lower it, but make it 15 clean sheets in the season to get that a bonus, and he accepted it. So now we had 3 very good signings in my opinion. Carlos Vela, Digne, and the right back Santiago Arias that we just got right now. The other left back that we have in the team is Gerhard. He is German and he's 75 rating, and I think he's going to be a pretty good player. So he's going to be in the bench for sure, and he's going to play again. He's going to play in a lot of matches too. So I think the left back we have it covered. Right back, I think we have it covered as well because we have Arias now, we have Jung as well. So those 2 players, if one gets injured, at least the other player is going to be decent for us. And it's going to be decent for us if that happens. We keep getting loans for Ntap, but that is not. I'm not going to loan him out, of course. He's our starting left mid, and so he's not going to go on loan for sure. We also have some players that I was looking at for the youth academy that we have to fulfill. So guys, we are getting closer to playing against Borussia Dortmund. I am very excited. I didn't mention it, but they are going to be our first team that we're going to play in the Bundesliga, so that's going to be a nice welcome. Hopefully I am able to win the match and start out with start out right. I don't want to lose the match for sure, because that's going to be bad for the season. I feel like it's going to be bad luck if we lose the first one. And so hopefully I was hopeful that I could win this one, but I knew it was going to be a hard one. It's basically going to be the second hardest match in the whole season. Bayern Munich being the hardest team in this one. So I was looking at the center attacking mids here because I dilemma on who to put, Mali or Didavi. Both 80 in rating, and both basically same age and everything. I just didn't know who I was going to put, and in the end, I decided to go with Didavi. The only reason why I did that was because he has a better long shot. He has better shooting. He has more shot power, and he basically did have better in almost all the other stats. So I decided to go with Didavi, so he's gonna be my starting center attacking mid. That is one of the positions that I could have, that I could have filled with another player, that I could have gotten, that I could have gone out in the transfer window for someone better. But I think, that he's still pretty good. 80 rating at 27 years old. That is not too bad. And so he is going to be our center attacking mid for the season. Hopefully he doesn't get injured, as he had gotten injured in the preseason, but he was fit to play in the Bundesliga. So we are starting this season against Borussia Dortmund, and I want to leave the whole animation here. I know you guys might have seen this before if you've already played in the Bundesliga, but for those of you who haven't seen it, and I hadn't seen it myself either, I want to show you guys how everything looks like. The graphics, I think, are the best out of the Premier League, out of La Liga, out of even the MLS. I haven't really played in the MLS, but I know they did get the graphics as well. I think the Bundesliga is the best one. It looks so stunning. Like, everything about it is so good. The players are looking really, really good, and everything is just looking just exquisite, if I may say so. So we see right there the Bundesliga logo in the middle, all of that, the players, shaking hands and all that stuff. You saw right there, I don't know if you caught that, but Valencia is a Dortmund player. That is a weird move. Valencia going to Borussia Dortmund, but he's there. He left Man United and went to the Bundesliga. One of the things I didn't mention though, in the beginning, our manager is Michael Ballack, and hopefully you guys remember him. He is one of the best German midfielders that Chelsea had and that Bayer Leverkusen had. He played in a couple other teams, and obviously the German national team. But he is one of the best players that have played for Germany, and I decided to name our manager Michael Ballack in honor of him, even though he might not have played for Wolfsburg, but I have to check up on that. Maybe he did. So we're looking at the teams right here. Again, it looks amazing the way they present them. So they have a pretty good attack right here with Yarmolenko, Shirley, Aubameyang, of course, one of the best strikers in the world. They have Royce in the bench. I'm surprised he's not injured, right? Nevertheless, they have a really good squad. And so we are going to begin here our journey in the Bundesliga. So I was really, really excited to play this one, but I knew that Borussia Dortmund were going to be an amazing team, and that they were going to have a lot of chances up in front. So we had the first chance right there. Then in the second one, Socrates with a header, but our goalkeeper Zieler had the ball, and nothing was going to go in there. We got another chance right here, and wait, actually our goalkeeper is not Zieler. Why was I thinking that? It's actually Castile. So what was I thinking? So sorry guys, so that's gonna be that is an error by me. It wasn't Zieler. I don't know why I was thinking that. I think I was thinking of Stuttgart, because I was thinking of getting him, of not getting him, but using Stuttgart as my as my team in this career mode. But no. So we actually have Castiles, and I think he is from Belgium, I believe. So sorry about that. Hopefully he's going to be a good goalkeeper for us this season. So the first goal comes here in the second half. Just starting, Origi gets this beautiful strike. Holy crap, that was a super, super hard shot, and the goalkeeper was never going to save this one. And so the build-up play had just begun just starting out in the first half. And so I was really excited to see the replay, but something was going on. I don't know what happened here, but we were not able to see the replay. What is this? Like, I don't know if it was a glitch or what happened here. The camera was all zoomed in, didn't really show us anything. I really wanted to see this goal again, so of course I had to go in and see the instant replay. But what a strike that was. I was not expecting this. I crossed this one into the box, and just decided to hit this one, and it went inside of the goal. But what a hit that it was by Origi, the Belgian youngster, 22 years old, and he gets the first goal in the Bundesliga. What a shot that was, right through the middle. The goalkeeper, Berkey, was never going to get this one unless he was super lucky and put his hands up in front of the goal. But no, Borussia Dortmund are going to try to get a goal here in the 57th minute. They were not able to do that. We got Arias going with this nice cross, and the shot, the volley would have been amazing here, but it just goes wide. Not wide, it went over the goal, but it could have been the second goal. Origi again with this header right there, goes to the post. Oh, it could have been the second goal, and we would have buried this one, but we're not able to score the second one in the match. Borussia Dortmund are now getting close. Look at this shot, and our goalkeeper makes an amazing save. That was so good, but Borussia Dortmund were getting so close. Again, another shot, almost they had almost the goal to tie to this one, the equalizer, but we were lucky enough to come away with a victory. So we win the first match of the Bundesliga 1-0. Carlos Vela with only one shot, but I think he had a decent game. It's only his first game for us in the season, so I wasn't going to be too hard on him. But Casteels did very good in this match, not Zieler. And Casteels did very good in this match, and the man of the match is going to be, of course, Origi, Divock Origi, with that amazing volley into the back of the net in the first, basically the first play of the second half. So I was really surprised that I got that, and we get the first 3 points, and I am happy with that right now. We are sitting in about 5th, 6th place just because of the goal difference, but it doesn't matter. It's the first game of the season, hopefully we can keep this up. So we're only going to be playing one game in this episode. Yeah, I know it's kind of a bummer, only one game, but it, you know, I don't want to make this episode an hour long. So but in the next games, I think we're going to be playing against Eintracht Frankfurt, so that's going to be a good one as well. And then the other 2 games I did not see, but hopefully you guys can go back and see what games we're playing in the next in the season. So we're going to do a bit of a training here. Just before we end the episode, we are going to put some players for training. I'm going to be doing this throughout the whole season. I want players to go up in rating, go up in value as quickly as I can put them. And the only player that got an A was you know, as you saw right there, only one player got an A, which is kind of embarrassing for the other players that are better in rating. So that is the table right there, and that is going to be the end of the first episode of Career Mode with WOLFSBURG. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more Career Mode here, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Later, and peace out.